We are on the last week of this season. 13 weeks na naman po tayo. Another 13 weeks. 26 weeks out, in fact. And we are ending with listening to the Acts of the Apostles. How the woman, the new Eve, the mother of Jesus, was with the disciples waiting for the coming down of the Spirit.
While they were looking intently at the sky as he was going, suddenly 2 men dressed in white garments stood beside them. They said, "Men of Galilee, why are you standing there looking at the sky? This Jesus who has been taken up from you into heaven will return in the same way as you have seen him going into heaven." Then they returned to Jerusalem from the mount called Olivet, which is near Jerusalem, a Sabbath day's journey away. When they entered the city, they went to the upper room where they were staying. Peter and John and James and Andrew, Philip and Thomas, Bartholomew and Matthew, James son of Alphaeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas son of James. All these devoted themselves with one accord to prayer, together with some women and Mary, the mother of Jesus, and his brothers.
Yun po, narinig natin that Jesus ascended into heaven. And iniwan niya kanyang mga disciples, telling them to wait for the Spirit. But according to this text of the Acts of the Apostles, the Blessed Mother was there with them. At tuloy, nagkaroon po ng ganitong tradition that Mary is a woman of intercession, especially at prayer. Alam nyo, sa Catacombs of Priscilla, meron kayong makikita, a woman with a veil, with her hand raised up like this. Kamukha po tuwing misa ng mga pare, when we say, "Let us pray," yun po ang ginagaya namin eh. Hands open, raised up to heaven. Ang tawag po sa babaeng yan, ano po, painting sa isang tomb, the orante, the praying person. Kasi it could be also a man, but above all, the first painting is a woman. And it signifies that the tomb belongs to a Catholic who died and wanted that this woman, prayerful woman, would pray for his eternal repose. Pero unti-unti po, ikinabit to Mary as the woman who always prays. Kaya nga po, when we could say that the Blessed Mother is involved po sa ating mga pangailangan, above all, she is involved in intercessions, in pleading, in asking the good Lord to assist us, to protect us, to guide us, to save us from all the iniquities of this world. Kaya nga, while she was made called Mother of God, sabi natin, di ba? In the time pa of the Council of Ephesus in 381. Pero meron din that she is, of course, the Mother of Jesus, pero the Mother of the Church. In December 8, 1965, at the conclusion of Vatican II, Pope Paul VI, who succeeded John the 23rd, said, "Let us declare Mary the Mother of the Church." Ito po maganda. Hindi lang po yung pa-title. The present Pope, Pope Francis, has used that title most recently. Ginamit niya lalo dito sa COVID pandemic na to. At sinabi niya, gabayan ang buong sambayanan na mga naniniwala kay Jesucristo at sa kanyang Ama na sa pamagitan ng kapangyarihan ng Espiritu Santo, itong nanay ni Jesus, nanay ng Diyos, nanay ng simbahan, ng sambayanang Katoliko, ay nagsusumamo, humihiling. Di ba sa ating Oratio Imperata, nandyan na po ngayon ang title, Lady, Our Lady, Health of the Sick. So, noong May 13, 2020, humingi tayo through this woman with the Holy Father asking for this grace of healing for us. Ginamit niya yung Consolata, a picture of the Blessed Mother that is found in the Vatican. Pero it was also him who said, after Pentecost, Pentecost po tayo, yung Monday after Pentecost, yun po ang piyesta of Our Lady, no, Mother of the Church. This year, it was June 1. After May 31 was Pentecost. Hindi lang po. Most recently, last week, 2 weeks ago, nung panahon po ng mga ilang linggo na nakakaraan, sabi ng Holy Father, let's include several titles of the Blessed Mother in the litany that we recite. After Mother of God, we would say now, Mother of the Church. Tapos we would say also, Our Lady, Health of the Sick. Sorry, the refuge of sinners and the consolation of those who are dying. So Pope Francis looks at the Blessed Mother with great trust and devotion. He is certain that she, to this day, is working for us. Ito po naman sa Pilipinas ang phenomenon. Sabi ko last week, pag-usapan natin. Mother of Perpetual Health. Diyan po sa Baclaran. Do you know that there are 13 services on a usual day diyan sa Baclaran? And all these 13 services are for the people that come in. But particularly, 150,000 go to Baclaran every Wednesday. And they put letters of petition and letters of thanksgiving. 150,000 on an ordinary Wednesday. But yung first Wednesday po, over 700,000. Could you imagine what happened with the COVID, no? How there were no people in churches. They must have done their devotions of the Perpetual Health in their homes. Ano yung ito para mga Redemptorist fathers na to? Binabasa lahat ng letters of petition and letters of thanksgiving. Do you know that in 2016 daw, they gathered 136,000 letters. Ganyan po katindi ang mga taong may debosyon at talagang naniniwala sa kapangyarihan ng Blessed Mother bilang intercessor and mother of us all.